Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, yeah. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, encore. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gauranga Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gauranga Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gauranga Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Gaurachandra Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Gauranga Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Jesus Prabhupada 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 Jesus Nityananda Gauranga Nityananda Gaurachandra Sri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Gauranga Nityananda Krishna Gauranga Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Sri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Gauranga. Okay, turn your mics on and let's chant. Papa. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna. Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama.
Rama,
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 Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama,
Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama. Rama
Hare
Rama Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna
Rama.
Hare Krishna 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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hari Bo there, Prabhu. Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna.
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Rama Hare Rama.
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Rama
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari Hari
Rama Rama, Hare
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna.
Hari Hari Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Hari Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna, Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna.
Rama 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 Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Krishna Hari Hari
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare Rama.
Rama
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 Rama,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hari
Rama,
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama
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 Rama,
Hari
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna Hari Hari Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Rama
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 Rama Hari
Rama,
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama
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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama
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 Rama Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Rama
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 Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Krishna Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari Rama Hari Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Krishna
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 Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna
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 Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna Hari Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Rama
Hare Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari Rama 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 Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama Rama
Rama
Rama Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri
Gadadara Srivasa
Gaura
Divara Bhakta Vrinda
Bhaktavinda Nityananda
Jaya Shri Krishna
Nityananda
Chaitanya Prabhu
Nityananda
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 Jai Jaita Gadadara
Nityananda
Srivasa Divara
Nityananda
Hare
Nityananda
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Nityananda
Rama Hare Rama Rama
Nityananda
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Nityananda
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Nityananda 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya
Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya Sri
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna
Sri Krishna
Chaitanya Sri
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya
Sri Krishna
Sri Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya Sri 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 Krishna Chaitanya
Sri
Sri Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Sri Krishna
Sri Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Sankirtan
Sri
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna. Try again there. I didn't see it down there, Mahamurti. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Jaya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Prabhu Nityananda.
Shri Krishna
Jaya
Chaitanya, Shri
Jagannatha.
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri
Sridhar.
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya.
Kara Bhakta.
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Hare
Nityananda,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Nityananda,
Krishna
Nityananda,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Nityananda, Shri
Hare Ram, Hare
Advaita, Shri Advaita,
Ram, Ram, Hare
Shri
Hare.
Advaita,
Hare
Shri
Krishna, Hare
Advaita, Shri Advaita,
Krishna, Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Advaita, Shri Advaita.
Ram, 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 Hare
Shri Advaita,
Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Advaita, Nityananda, Nityananda,
Krishna, Krishna,
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Nityananda,
Ram, Ram,
Nityananda,
Hare
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Shri Advaita, Nityananda,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Nityananda.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Nityananda,
Ram,
Nityananda,
Ram, Hare
Nityananda,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Nityananda.
Krishna,
Srila Prabhupada, Srila
Krishna,
Prabhupada.
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada,
Jaya,
Srila
Jaya,
Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jai 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 Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hey, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda. Why don't you come up here, Janardan, if you can? Sri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Chaitanya. Shri Krishna.
Krishna Krishna
Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hari 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 Ram, Hari Ram,
Hare Rama Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hari 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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, 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 Hari Hari,
Hare Rama
Hari
Hare
Ram,
Rama Rama Rama
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hari
Rama Rama
Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama,
Gorang hari-hari.
Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Oh, hari-hari.
Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Oh Lord.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama, Rama,
Gorang
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare.
hari-hari.
Hare Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram. Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Krishna
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya
Jai
Sri
Jai
Chaitanya
Shri
Jaya
Jai
Nityananda
Nityananda,
Jaya Sri
Jai Shri
Advaita Chandra Jaya
Chandra,
Gaura
Jai
Bhakta
Gaura Bhakta.
Sri Krishna Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya. Mute your mics, everybody. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Wait a second here. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Srimad Bhagavatam 10th Canto Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Chapter 4 in 10th Canto the atrocities of King Kamsa. Atrocities of King Kamsa. Isn't that amazing? Right here in a spiritual book, you know, where it's all lovey-dovey with God. And we got the 10th Canto, Summum Bonum, the atrocities of King Kamsa. How does this all relate? You ever wonder, you know, like, you know, the let's look into this here a little bit. Here, let's check it out. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's see, moved to the window. There we go. Shukadeva Goswami continued, My dear King Parikshit, the doors inside and outside the house closed as before. Therefore the inhabitants of the house, especially the watchmen, heard the crying of the newborn child, and thus awakened from their beds. So everybody wakes up. See, when they hear the crying of the newborn child, what is this story representing? Has anybody ever thought? You think it's just a story, something you read to fall asleep at night? Krishna wakes up. What does it mean? You know, only when you chant in ecstasy deeply for a long time can you begin to understand these secrets. You know. Like the demons, you know, they do everything in plain sight because people are so stupid, you know, they're dumbed down and they get a great charge. Look at this, man, right? We hide everything in plain sight. Where's that coming from? See, they're always, on the demoniac level, this area, is they're trying to imitate God, Krishna. And they like this, like, wow, look at us. We can hide and right in front of everybody. See, that's the imitating. That's like Brahma was trying to mystify the master mystic. See, this is the whole thing. You see, this is the reflection, you know, coming out, you know, trying to compete with the absolute truth, who also hides. Doesn't the Lord? He also hides from everything. Look at all the mighty bhaktas. They think they know Krishna. they think they know Krishna. Oh, really? You know? I was watching him do the Swami Sweat this morning. I was going to put that. You know, these these poor people, they need help, man. You know, they're struggling along there, dry chanting, dry sannyasi. Oh my God. They need a dip in the ocean of the this bliss, But until they, see, like get fed up, like they don't know everything about Krishna, and the ones who know are the ones who are tasting the ecstatic love of Krishna, man. See, this is hiding in Krishna, hiding in plain sight. This is the Lord is showing his Leela right here, showing it. See, I got the order, 1996. Show the Leela, man. Show, just keep showing it. Yeah, they'll try to cover it up and all that, but how do you cover something up that's really true? Yeah, everybody's trying to cover up I got the demons trying, they hide in plain sight, and they also try to cover up even truth and goodness. Even logical people and goodness. But the logic and goodness, even that's the highest form, is bad logic in front of the Supreme Lord. This is what St. Paul taught, stuff like this. He says your understanding, your logic, your intelligence is like foolishness to God. See, that's like these demons. They think they're so smart and everything, but it's foolishness to the Supreme Lord. And that's why we have to prove that we have a better intelligence because of this ecstatic worship. And this is what needs to be desired. We have a better logic than a million of these Acharya days playing a piano out there. We have better logic in everything because we have what Lord Caitanya brought to the planet 550 years ago, and it's distribution time. We got to show that we know what we're talking about. We know who we're talking about, and we know why we're talking about this. Okay? Because the incarnation is magnificent too. Magnificent, magnanimous, and munificent. You see with the big M's, the three M's. Magnificent, munificent, and magnanimous, whatever they say that. A little bit stoned right now. I'm slurring my words. Right there, Mahamurti. Hey, we got a new face here. That's great, man. This guy... Give us a word. Let's get a word here while we got him up here. Give us a word, Mahamurti. You got any sound there? Give us some sound. That's it. Yeah. Give us some sound. Oh, no sound yet. No sound. Do you have any sound? No. Do you hear anything, Lalita? No.
You've got to unmute your mic.
You got to unmute your mic there, Mahamurti. There's a thing, an icon there, looks like microphone. There should be an X there, so you got to click it, right? Oh, you have no sound. Okay, no sound. All right, anyway, good try. Where's Janardhan? Where did you disappear to?
Maybe he's working.
Oh, it might be working. Okay, whatever. Okay. Yeah. So, hiding in plain sight, and how the demons do it. They hide in plain sight because they put people in fear, and they hypnotize you, and put in a anxiety state. See? Now, how does God take you out of hypnosis and put you in the truth to even see not only what the demons are doing? See, we see all levels here because of ecstatic worship. See? The Vaidhi Bhaktas can't. They even often believe in the government. See, because they can't transcend the government. The government has got its hands in religion, doesn't it? You see at the Vatican and all that stuff. He's got the world has their hand. That's why Krishna says, abandon all varieties of religion, but you can't just do that. You have to have, the next rung of the ladder to hold on to. See, that's this here. See, you have to have this ecstatic devotion that puts you on the transcendental platform. This is the gift of Lord Caitanya. This is the gift of Lord Caitanya through our particular Sangha. Particular. See, we're very particular here. The Lord is very particular. He has a particular flute. Remember? And even the gopis said, why do you choose that particular flute? It's full of knots and all that stuff. It's not perfect. It's not real slender, and all that. It's got all these like funny knots, like a hunchback flute that he likes to play. He said, none of your business. I like this flute for my own reasons. But I'm playing it. Can you hear the song? Can you hear the intelligence? Can you hear the logic? Can you hear the uncommon Krishna conscious information you're getting? The uncommon information you're getting even about Jesus or any incarnation. Because the Lord knows it all, man. He knows all these incarnations, right? And he informs his closest devotees. And if you want to be informed, you better listen to them unless you chant. Well, even if you do, you'll like to listen to them because devotees like to listen to devotees. We got it. Yeah. So, okay. So I'm not going to struggle to put people back on because then I get up to. So stay off, everybody, unless you can just come on here and stay on here. I'm not going to be back and forth and trying to give class. There's no way it's going to happen. So you stay off, everybody. So I'm kicking everybody off that can't get on easily. Okay, one more try here, Mamurti. If you go off, you're off. Okay. Mute your mic here because I'm now in another mood here. Now he does it. Okay. Okay. All right. Anyway, this class will be finished if I don't. Okay. Can you mute your mic now? Can you figure that out?
Yes, I'm trying. Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you, but I don't want to
Yes.
hear you. I want you to mute,
Okay.
mute your mic.
All right.
Okay, sorry, it's not working. Okay, we'll catch you later. It's just, this technology and stuff. I just have to work around it somehow. Okay, so where are we at here? Yeah, so, all the pastimes of the Lord, that's why you see everything adds color to it. Yeah, stay off, Mom Marty. I can't do this anymore. Just stay off. You have to stay off now. Yeah. It adds color to the pastimes. Yeah. So you got everything there, and it's all instructive. That's why all the world is a lesson. But you can't see that unless you've got the real shelter of the Lord, and the Lord wants to give shelter to people. Then you're in the eye of the hurricane. His mystic power is working here on all levels. In the demoniac, in the ignorant. I don't know why you keep coming. Stay off, Mom Murti. But anyway, I'm not going to put you on there. Okay. Does he understand English? Maybe he doesn't understand me. Anyway. Okay. Sukadeva Goswami continued, My dear King Parikshit, the doors inside and outside the house closed as before. Therefore, the inhabitants of the house, especially the watchmen, heard the crying. I know it. I just bear with me 1 minute. I know what to do here. Okay. Going to refresh the link. Okay, there we go. Now nobody can come on until I'm ready. Thereafter, the inhabitants of the house, especially the watchmen, heard the crying of the newborn child and thus awakened from their beds. See, this is a great secret. Jesus taught it himself. He said, when the Son of God manifests, see, the Son of God, actually he said the Son of Man. That's actually good too, because it's actually more that. the Son of Man, our Son of Man is Krishna. Krishna wants to be born in us. Isn't that interesting? He wants to communicate with humanity. See, but unless he is born in us, there's no communication. That's the idea, the secret teaching of the Old Testament and the New Testament. When Jesus resurrected, well, actually, when it was finished, when he said it was finished, there was a rent in the veil. See, the rent in the veil symbolizes when in the Old Testament, the worship of God was done with a veil. See, the priests would go in the tent, and before whatever the deity, I think they had a rock, special rock, it was like a shalagram, type thing. And there was a veil there, and they would open it to go in, and then they close it to go out, kind of like they do with the deity, the curtain. With the deity, they open it for darshan, and then close it. See, so with Jesus, that veil between ourselves and the deity was rent and was opened. See, but that's not conclusive, really, because that means open and there's no closing. But the opening and closing is very important. That's why you see flowers do that. Flowers open and they close. See, everything in nature, and nature reflects what's going on in spirit. There's a reason for that, because that's relationship. Otherwise, if there was just God and meeting God and always in this cosmic buzz, there's no meaning and deepening of the relationship. There's only the Lord. That's the Mayavadi thing. Their knowledge is not complete until they reach the Bhagavan platform of realization. See, Bhagavan is tasting the qualities of the Lord, tasting the sugar from a position of your own, personal consciousness, your personal, place, time, place, and circumstance that you're in, even in the human body. See, this is teaching the world that you can do this. That the Lord wants this kind of communication with man and himself, which is not really that fully, because it's actually your soul is awakened, and the Lord, your soul is communicating with the Lord. Okay? So even that burns away ultimately, that covering. See? And you see, it's your soul. Your soul is in communication with the Lord, very intimate, very exclusive, very intimate, very wonderful, perfection. I mean, I'm amazed. The Lord is so gracious to give us that kind of level of knowledge and understanding and information and experience. This is Kali Yuga. This is a special Kali Yuga, obviously. I mean, for, even a guy like me talking about it, no one talked about this. Nobody has. Prabhupada never talked about it. Bhaktisiddhanta, they'd never discussed this so openly. Yeah. And all now, people can't even speculate on these kind of topics because they're so deep. And the Lord just wants to hand it to us on a silver platter. That's why you see it's a challenge to come here. You have to really show that you really want God. You really want this relationship, because there's nothing else you're really going to get of value here. Hey, this is the value. This is the value added that the Lord added and adds to us. This kind of understanding, when you can look at the verses and you can see what they actually mean, like the acharyas when they wrote them. Hey, you speak them and then you clarify them. You can even look in the purport. You won't find this purport that you heard there. Okay? And you see, only, and a lot of people, see, generally, the imitators do the same thing. You can read the purport of these acharyas, and you won't see the purport they give you. See? That's the illusion. And it's a kind of a similar thing here. That's how subtle it is. Because here you're hearing the purport that may not even touch the one that you heard previously. But it's built on that foundation. And it makes sense. See? The other, your mind just gets bogged down. That's why you see Prabhupada often, and Acharyas often, they mix in Vaidhi purport so people can get it. See, otherwise they don't get this part, what, God being born in you. No, how can that be? God, he's so, Yeah, well, that's what it is. God born in somebody, and you see people wake up. See, you notice, you guys, look at, I got 18 people here. This is madness to people generally. But people are waking up because it's the truth, and it gets more and more powerful the more you preach it, with dedication and commitment. You notice, we don't skip a beat here, man. Maya doesn't skip a beat either. That's why there's World War IV here going on. The World War III is, that stuff in the shadow. This is the topmost war. See, that's why it's on top. 4, World War IV, completion. 4 stands for the complete. The authorities, also, the king is in the tarot is the number 4 card. I think something to do with 4. It's like a block it completes. Even in crypto, they're called blocks. Okay? So there's 1 side, 2 sides, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4, block. Yeah, there you go. So 4 is an important number. See, this World War IV. That's why we're going to win, man. The Lord is our king and queen. We got Radha and Krishna. See, they're in charge now. Love of Krishna, love of God, man. Love. That's what it's all about. Yeah. See, so Krishna is born now, and he wakes people up, you see? Wakes the demons up, wakes the demigods up, wakes everybody up. Hey, but if he's not born in you, if the love of God is not born in you, that baby, see, when Krishna is really born in you, that's why you're born of the word. See, you're hearing the word. And so Radha, devotion, is born because the devotion wants to hear that word. That's when it gets the signal to wake up. Okay? That's why Jesus said, if I'm lifted, if the I is the God, the Christ, the Krishna, is lifted up on a pole. See, the pole is your body, man. You could say like the Kundalini energy, where it's lifted up, I will draw all men unto me. See, because it wakes people up. You notice people are waking up here in the world. At different levels, people are waking up. They have to, otherwise they stay in illusion. What is it? The Lord's bored of that. He does it. It's boring, illusion. Even us, I was thinking about this today, like in chanting, the Lord keeps giving us an experience of a higher happiness, a deeper happiness, a more relevant, more real, more satisfying happiness, experience of that. And still, we're living in a world, and we have our experience of the happiness in the world. So we're side by side, we have some worldly experience and the heavenly, transcendental experience, and just going. And gradually, this is after a while, it's just like, hey man, this is better, man. This is, and that it becomes a distraction. It's like, hey, less of that and more of this. Yeah, and because it's the same God in you experiencing these things. That's why that truth is in the Bhagavatam. The Lord is experiencing material pleasure and spiritual pleasure. He's the illusion is created by experiencing material pleasure. It makes you imitate the Lord. It makes you falsely, makes you think you're a separate enjoyer from God. You're God. You particularly are God. See, that's called illusion. See, and that illusion is dissipated by spiritual enjoyment, by tasting the nectar of serving the Lord. You see, so the Lord, serving the Lord means He's the one tasting inside you. Okay? He's the one. And the more the Lord wants us to come into devotee association so we get more experience of that. Okay? So that becomes more, you become more real. It becomes more realized. You get real eyes of devotion. See, the devotion is like a fire. It burns away the illusion, and you realize, oh, it's true. I see it. It's a no-brainer. I'm a servant of Krishna. I'm here to make you happy. It's always been that way. You were just bored with this enjoyment of the world, and you just made me aware of that boredom, because I'm your servant. I'm here to serve you. Thank you very much for putting me on the right path and put me in association of real devotees. And now I'm tasting some spiritual enjoyment, and it's burning away all these coverings. And I see, oh, I'm just your servant. I'm here to make you happy, and I'm good with that because that's my real happiness. That's my natural position, is to make you happy, is to serve your happiness. And I'm more happy than I was by serving the illusionary happiness, putting me in more darkness. See? That's why we need a savior. The savior is association of ecstatic devotees who are more mature than we are in this serving the Lord's transcendental happiness. What does that look like? You Vaidhi Bhaktas who don't know, you big gurus. That's why I show you where you're at. You're just little small fries. You don't even know this. Yeah, a real guru in the Hare Krishna movement should be knowing this, but they don't. And they think they're big shots. I'm sorry, you're not a big shot. You're a small fry. You're just a baby. You're not even been born yet. That Krishna's not been born in you. You don't even have the symptoms of that. My disciples, most of them have the symptoms more of that than they're more guru than 1,000 of you guys. What did Haridas say, or Advaita? He said Haridas is better than 10 million Brahmins. And that's the best I see in the Vaishnava sector. I don't see anything beyond that. Do you? Do you see any really liberated souls? I mean, liberated by bhakti especially. Not Mayavadi Vaishnava. They're Mayavadi imitating Vaishnavism. You can't climb into the kingdom of God some other way. You got to meet an authentic, empowered bhakta who has real bhakti, man, and the real word to wake up the real Krishna in you. You don't got that, you're taking another birth. You failed. You failed. You failed yourself and you failed your disciples, man. And the best thing that can happen to you and your disciples is to realize you're a failure still. You haven't succeeded. We've succeeded. It's just true. Ask Janaki. I'm just here saying, hey man, let's get with the real program, man. Stop wasting time. What does it say? A real acharya who has prema, they don't waste time. Chapter 23. Read it and weep if you're lucky. It says that. Chapter 23, Majja Lila. Symptoms of prema, of love of Krishna, is you don't waste time. You guys are just time wasters. Jesus saw the same thing. He saw loafers out there. I see in the ISKCON and all you groups out there, you're just loafing. You're just taking your time. That's why even your guru, Narayan Raj, says after many lifetimes you'll attain prema. Because you're loafing. You're loafers. Come here, I'll make you an aloofer. You'll be aloof from the material modes of nature. You want to be an aloofer? Or you want to be a loafer? Doughy bread. heavy. See, this is... Thank you there, Mahamurti, for your blessing. Thereafter, heard the crying of the newborn child and thus awakened from their beds. See, everybody's sleeping. What do you think this is about? A bed, people in beds, and they're in everybody's in prison. The thing is, the prison guards are all sleeping themselves. They're in bed and they're in prison. And it's only when, you notice, when the baby was born, who was it born in? A real devotees, right? See, the mother and father is the spiritual master or the realized soul. See, Vasudev and Devaki. See, that's, what do you think that represents? Two people? Well, yeah, the awakened soul and God. The real devotee is like the heroine, and the Lord has saved them. The hero, the authority, the word, the understanding. See, the love awakens. See, now the baby is born. See, so then people start to awake. The people in bed, everybody is sleeping, until the Christ or the Krishna is born in you, the love for God is awakened, and then you understand the unknowable, the incomprehensible, becomes comprehended by real devotion. That's why people don't know. Don't tell me if real devotion has awakened in your heart. Like, these people, even my ex-wife, she says, oh, I know so much. Where's the devotion? Where's the bhakti? Where's the conclusiveness? Oh, I got so much mercy from this Babaji. Quack, quack. What mercy did you get? Quack, 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 quack. So much mercy, so much mercy. Quack, quack. That's my port. Quack, quack, quack. Chicken brains. That's all people got now. The best thing for her is to admit she's a big false ego, and she's wasting her time loafing around in this world. All these beings, they hide. They're there, that's their service, is to hide the kingdom of Vrindavan, man. They're the flaming swords, man. You can't get through them. You don't come here, you're not getting through the flame. We stopped them, man. Got the armor, man. Krishna's my armor. The flaming swords stop here, they don't cut. They cut you down, man. Vrindavan is chanting the holy name in ecstasy, man. That's the appearance of Vrindavan. You don't have that. What kind of guru do you got, man? What kind of path are you following? It's a no-brainer here. You come here, we'll show you the real truth is hidden in plain sight. The real spiritual master is one who chants the holy name with great ecstatic devotion, like the verse says. It's not by the austerity that Narayan Raj preached and the Radhakund Babajis preach and the ISKCON preaches. It's not by your mantra yoga. It's not with the fences. It's not by rules and regulations and ceremonial worship like the Catholics lighting candles and offering flowers and cleaning toilets. Not that way. We clean toilets here. It's not by that. It's through the devotees who chant the Hare Krishna mantra in great devotional ecstasy, like the verse says in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Why isn't that your guru, people out there? Why aren't you going to a guru like that? The book says to go. Don't listen to their stupid checklist. It's wrong. It's a lie. They're cheating you. They're cheaters. You don't listen to this word of truth that's in the book? You're going to believe the cheaters? Well, that's your chicken brains. What can I do? Still going to preach the truth. Maybe amongst the chicken brains out there's one person in there that's just there by default, like I was. Default was, I wanted Krishna. Anybody out there in Vaidhi land, in ISKCON or Gaudiya Math, anybody really want Krishna? Really want love of Krishna? and can see you didn't get it yet there in those groups, and you don't, and this is your only chance to see what it looks like, love of Krishna, because none of you have been shown it in any of those groups. Yeah, this message is for you. I only want jewels here. Those who hunger after love of Krishna. You want name or fame? Go to those so-called authorities, those so-called gurus who got name and fame. That's the best they can give you, is name and fame, and to be like them, if they even, don't cut you down before you get up to their position. That's the way of the world and religion. It's only a clique. You notice only the Jewish people. Yeah. How many Jewish gurus were there? Really? Check it out, man. All Jews. Not to say I have nothing against Jewish persons, but I find that very interesting. What is there, a clique or a club, a Jewish club for the guru situation?
Fariseërs are back.
Yeah, same thing. But that's the way it is. Because you know what? That's the reflection. Because it's sort of true too. Because we have a clique too. If you're not an ecstatic devotee, you're not an advanced devotee. And not just ecstasy, because there's ecstasy, pick up rays, and then you refract them into weeds, and you become an idiot. We've had some of those, right? Lolita believed in one for a while till she started to see, like, hey, there's something off here. Yeah. You're not an ecstatic, conclusive devotee. You're not advanced. It's a clique in that way. So do you want to be? You got to follow the process, and you'll be part of the intimate group. Just how it is. It's a clique like this, but this is a beautiful clique because it's open to people. It's open. You can just follow the process that these devotees did, and who knows how many lifetimes, and you just follow the process. We all got to do the thing, and you're going to go as fast as you can. Otherwise, you can't just become ecstatic like devotees. If it's not for you to do that right away, you might go mad. Crazy. You don't want to go crazy. You want to make, the Lord is inside us all, helping us from within and without, like in these teachings, and helping us progress as fast as we can understand and comprehend things. It's like, you go to a trigonometry teacher. You want to learn trigonometry. You can't just know what they know or understand. You got to learn from them. And they teach you step by step, how to come to that platform of understanding. So that's what goes on here too. Okay. So, thereafter, all the watchmen very quickly approached King Kamsa, the ruler of the Bhoja dynasty, and submitted the news of the birth of Devaki's child. Kamsa, who had awaited this news very anxiously, immediately took action. Kamsa immediately got up from the bed, thinking, here is Kala, the supreme time factor, which has taken birth to kill me. Thus overwhelmed, Kamsa, his hair scattered on his head, at once approached the place where the child was born. See, Kamsa represents the ignorance. See, the child that is born is to destroy ignorance. See, that's why you see the Holy Spirit, how important it is, why it was in Jesus, and why he was able to dissipate some ignorance in the world. Or Lord Caitanya, or how come all the devotees who actually do something fantastic in this world, are saviors of the world, are ecstatic personalities? They have intimacy and ecstasy and deep understanding of the absolute truth. See, so Kamsa represents ignorance, and unless that child is born in people, ignorance will not be destroyed. See? That's why you see the Lord doesn't just usually awaken just anywhere and everywhere. He awakens when there's a spiritual master there. Because if he does, and he sometimes does, we've all had experiences where he just awakens not in this association, and immediately Kamsa comes there, put a lid. Kamsa is religion too. Immediately when Krishna was being born, when I came to ISKCON, and I met, I'm sure, a lot of ecstatic devotees who are brought it in from a previous life, probably, and they come into this life and they go to ISKCON temple and you chant Hare Krishna, all of a sudden the tears come, and you got the temple president representing Kamsa on that level. Why are you crying in the temple? This is an offense, you rascal, with a face like that. I mean, literally, to stuff it, to kill that Krishna. You can't kill Krishna, you could stuff him in there. He won't come out. Stays in, pushed down. But Kamsa knew, but the servants of Kamsa don't always know. But God knows. I mean, the devil, you could say Maya knows that birth of the divine in somebody, the Christ child, the Krishna child, is going to destroy the ignorance. It's going to destroy the speculation. It's going to destroy these gurus' ignorance. They know it. Well, they might not know it, but they're serving somebody that puts them in the illusion that they know better than than ecstatic devotees do, conclusive devotees. See? But we look how strong Krishna is. You know why he's strong here? Because he was transferred. Just like many of you have been transferred from Kamsa's kingdom of religion, like the Krishna movement, the ISKCON movement, all those groups, over here into Vrindavan. See, like Krishna was brought, he couldn't be cultivated, the ecstasy, the ecstatic baby couldn't cultivate into maturity in such a condition of the Vaidis, of Mathura there, run by hypocritically devout Kamsas, like they have these gurus. Many are hypocritically devout. They have no devotion. Sorry, that's just the truth. Prove it otherwise. Prove me otherwise. Get me one of those guys and prove that they got real ecstatic, pure devotion, worthy of delivering their disciples. Otherwise, you're unworthy, man. Just a fact. See, that was Mathura. Their leaders were hypocritically devout. Now, is that not inside God's plan? Of course it's in God's plan. And at a certain point, if we're lucky, you meet the bona fide spiritual master, which is Devaki and Vasudeva combined. The marriage is not some physical, stupid, mundane marriage. It's a spiritual marriage between the soul and the supreme soul. That's Devaki and Vasudeva that you need to meet. That's 10th canto explanation. Then the Lord is born in you, and you're transferred, into this association. What is Vrindavan? It's an association of ecstatic devotees, wherever they were. They could be in Vrindavan, they could be in the North Pole, but if they're together ecstatically worshiping Krishna, that's Vrindavan. And that's why this is Vrindavan, because we roll like that here, don't we? We roll the dice and always lucky sevens. Always good luck here, good fortune. Awaken. Right, Ahmed? Always good fortune here. This is Vrindavan. We've been transferred into a place where we can cultivate this without those Vaidhi authorities and temple presidents and gurus looking down on us. You did cry in a temple. I can cry all I want here, right? Yeah, nobody's stopping. Not only that, we just pump out the truth, the ecstatic truth of ecstatic Lord Chaitanya's real movement right on Facebook. Just pump it out, man, like a fire hydrant. Just spray it all into the fire, man, out there. And it, it's putting it out, isn't it, Lalita? Just put it out, man. Put out that ignorance, man, the fire of ignorance. You get super ecstasy, you get super truth, super conclusive. That's why, amen. That's the power. That's why it's always the woman in back of the man's authority. The back of the conclusive truth is the woman, is the ecstatic love, right? That's why that's the mature big brother and big sister, those who, cultivate a long time, the big ecstasy and big truth, man. Maya, you got no chance, man. We're here to destroy the Kamsas. Yeah, that's what we do. Easy peasy. Don't worry. We'll make you a devotee like Krishna did. We'll take the Kamsa. Well, we'll make you servants of Kamsa, real devotees. It's a better deal. It really is. This is special Kali Yuga after all, isn't it? Thus overwhelmed, Kamsa, his hair scattered on his head, at once approached the place where the child had been born. Devaki helplessly, piteously appealed to Kamsa, "My dear brother, all good fortune unto you. Don't kill this girl. She will be your daughter-in-law. Indeed, it is unworthy to kill a woman." That's the hypocrisy. Kill a woman the woman is this love. And hypocritically devout and all that, they'll want to kill they want to kill that love. They kill it off. That's the spirit of devotion. You see, don't and all this and but it comes it's the hypocrisy, lies, cheating. That's those who've taken shelter of that. What do they understand? Look what they were going to beat. These were Brahmins, man, were serving Lord Jagannath. They were ready to beat Lord Caitanya with sticks. See? That's you guys out there. You're still under that whammy there. Not here, but in these religious movements of Vaishnavas, they want to beat the Lord with sticks. Oh no. We would never do. Oh yeah, well this is how you prove it. Because the Lord is an ecstatic devotee, and we have ecstatic devotees here, and you want to beat them with sticks, and you want to suppress them. You want to do a Kamsa trip on them, or these Jagannath servants who are not real servants of all yet. They don't know the Lord. Look, even now, unless you have a Hindu body, you can't see the Lord inside. How ridiculous is that? How mundane. How idiotic. And these are the ones, servants of Lord Jagannath. Just like here now, we're here to test the world, man. Prabhupada, all real empowered devotees test the world. We're here to test, and that's what you need to see what fails the test. You need to see your gurus fail the test. You need to see them treat what we're doing here on a bodily level. You need to see they're no better than the Jagannath people. You need to see them looking at Lalita and saying, she's just a woman. What is she saying these things? She should be quiet. What is this wearing lipstick? What is this? She's all bodily concept thing. They look at that and not the truth that the devotee speaks, not the ecstasy they have. No, look, she doesn't have like a tight thing around her neck, she's not bearing no neckline, because we get agitated if we see a little neck there. We're so repressed, but it wants to come out.
They show their belly. Those Vaidhi bhattas show their belly.
Oh yeah. They show that, and they put a little ring in it too, right? Yeah. So that's the idea. You see, Kamsa wants to suppress the truth. And see, that we're here to teach 10th canto and beyond, Chaitanya Lila. Yeah. So the only reason we can do that is because of ecstatic worship. And I mean, can you imagine? They teach how to be a guru is through book knowledge, is through study like that. Instead of study like this. Study like this is come into this association and chant the holy name, study the holy name, and become an ecstatic devotee. That's what Lord Caitanya taught. Not this. This is for real neophytes. The Lord Caitanya, he goes to a guru, and his guru says, and he's teaching, I'm teaching you Vaidis, I'm teaching all of you guys who think you know something from your book study. I'll teach you what Lord Caitanya taught you. Or taught them back then, and we'll just revive that teaching because it needs to be taught. And I'll just say the same thing, so anyway, he comes to his guru, and his guru called him a fool. He says, you're just a fool. What are you studying the Vedas? You're not qualified to study the Vedas. You need to just sit here and chant this holy name. I'm going to give you the potency to chant the holy name. You just chant the holy name. You study this name. And he studied the name like that and followed his guru's instruction. And he admitted that he was a fool. See, he didn't say, oh, I'm a fool. No, I'm just a fool. He studied the holy name. All of a sudden, he started to laugh and cry and everything you see in this Sangha here. And he goes back to his guru and says, what kind of mantra do you give me? I lost all my knowledge. Now all I do is I laugh and I cry when I chant Hare Krishna. He says, oh, you got the benefit of all study of the Vedas and everything. That is, you've attained life's ultimate goal. Like here, many people see, you can look at that verse and you look at what's going on here. You could see many people have already attained life's ultimate goal by chanting the holy name with ecstatic relish. Means God's happiness. The baby's been born in you, man, and is maturing day by day. Hey, that's study. Study means if you got the result of study in the Vedas and everything, will send you into this Sangha here, where you understand the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Chaitanya, and all Chaitanya Lila. Everything you learn here. Because we study the holy name and have received that fruit of love of Krishna that you can see with your own eyes. It's glorious. It's so glorious. It gives glory, not only to your own life, but to others who even hear the vibration of that truth spoken by you, who even see the emanation of the ecstasy through you. See? Because God is the only person glorious in the whole universes. And he reflects and refracts that glory through his real intimate devotees. So they become automatically glorious because the Lord is glorious. And that's emanating from them in ecstatic love and conclusive understanding because of it. That's Guru, man. That's the door. It's always been the door, always will be the door. And this mansion is fantastic. All mansions are in Lord Chaitanya's mansion. It's not just one mansion, many mansions. This is the big mansion, man. You can enter any other mansions. That's why the devotees of Lord Caitanya can teach anybody. Anybody. Because their master is Lord Caitanya, who is in everybody's heart. Bring a Christian. Look at ecstatic Matt and these. They look at it. They have some ecstasy, right? Some relationship with Christ, some realization, but they don't understand what's going on here, do they? Can't even fathom it. Like, is this maybe? Well, they can't understand. It's like, well, you got ecstasy. They can't. It's bewildering. See, because they don't bend that knee. They're not ready for shiksha. Maybe they're just, people are like that, just many Vaidis are not ready for this shiksha, right? So, whoever the Lord wants to send will bring us a nice Fanny or Amy. That's okay. I'm good with that. A Janie. Look at Janie's coming. Look at Janardans, and now we have Mahamurti. God, a lot of jewels coming here. Good hearts, pure hearts. They can recognize gold. Hey, man, if you can recognize gold, this is the place for you. But don't tell me, like my ex-wife, that's why Krishna booted her out. You say Gohari doesn't recognize gold. That's what she basically, he's got the wrong thing on it. Krishna's thinking, why should, I don't want you to be around, this, you're against, if you're against the ecstatic devotees, conclusive devotees, you're against the Lord, right? Because the Lord is ecstasy and he's conclusiveness. That's God. That's God's real devotee. They're very close, like that. And you're against them? Boot you out, wife or no wife. Get out of here, man. What do you want to compete with God? Go out there and get one of these Babajis out there. They compete, these just competitors still. How do you know? They're against the real line. That's how you know. Doesn't matter. Bhaktisiddhanta's brother chanted 3 lakhs. Can you imagine 3 lakhs a day imitating Haridas? And he was a good person. Good person, honest, all of this. But I knew the guru, I knew the disciple of that guru. He's the one that my ex-wife brought Lalita to. The Lord showed me a lot of interesting things. This guru chanted 3 lakhs. Okay. And that shows you, because this is not according, and people went to him, took initiation, including this person who was initiated by Prabhupada. He took re-initiation because the Guru didn't believe in our line, didn't believe in Prabhupada, didn't believe in his brother, who was Bhaktisiddhanta. And the disciple, this Gadadhar Pran, told me, because I was going there, talking to him, and I was noticing and analyzing all kinds of. I've been like a spy looking to find out what's going on in this realm here, And he said, Gohari, actually, Prabhupada was proud. I left him. And I took initiation from a real guru. And this guru, he's so great. He told me Bhaktisiddhanta was a demon. His brother was a demon, came here to destroy the Krishna movement, the real Krishna. That's why. So actually, I got angry back then. I said something. I said, what is this? You don't understand. Because I knew spiritual, at that point, I knew the spiritual emotions and pride and all these various spiritual emotions. I said, no, you just misjudged Prabhupada. No, that's spiritual. He's proud of his movement. He's proud of the, that's okay. You're mixing it with material. Therefore, that's why you left. And the Lord bewildered you, sending you to this Babaji. He was a Babaji, actually. And the guy was a good person. That's why you can't understand these ways of God. He was a good person. He was honest. He was he kept his job and did all this, and he chanted 3 lakhs. But he was against the real movement. The real movement is in Bhakti Vinod, Jagannath Das Babaji, and Srila Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta, whether they showed it or not. They showed it, but not so much, but they were. And the intelligent devotee can analyze it through the conclusiveness. And he was against that. See? So that's what we're dealing with. And do I have the same thing going on? Same thing. Because some of my disciples, like my ex-wife, she goes to Narayan Raj, and she goes to the Radhakund Babaji's, which she is now. See? Which is the same thing. They are also against Bhaktisiddhanta. And you can even, if you ask her and get her to talk, she'll say, oh yeah, this is not really bona fide. Because that's what they teach. I know. I was initiated by 2 Babajis. I know what they think. And they don't always openly say these things, because that's what they do. It's sneaky, on the sneaky side. You have to practically go in there and take initiation. And one of these Babajis was really poisonous. I was one of the 3, in less than 3 months, I became one of the intimate guys that he really trusted and told me things, you know. But a lot of poison. Man, I survived this because I had bhakti, you know. Otherwise, you don't survive. You become like my ex-wife. I have another one who went under, he's still under. They're so poisoned, they can't get out of it. I mean, that's why I'm here doing what I did and why I went in there. I took on a lot of poison. I took a lot of poison in ISKCON, in Gaudiya Math, Gaudiya Samiti, and the Radhakund Babajis. But to help, because these devotees need help. They need got to create some kind of bridge. Otherwise, you know, I mean, that's the way the Lord is. He's very magnanimous, very powerful, and very, very much wants to help in any way he can, create a bridge for somebody. This can be helpful for people. Yeah, so, and I'm telling you, a lot of people are bewildered because they think because a person's a good person. Narayan Raj is also a good person. A lot of Radhakund Babajis are good people. They're good people, honest. They do austerities and all that, but it ain't good enough. They're against ecstatic devotion. Devananda Pandit obstacle. Remember, I've been harping on this. This is you'll lose faith in what I'm preaching if you believe in the Devananda Pandit obstacle, which that is. Devananda Pandit was just like that. He was teaching Bhagavatam. He had a lot of followers. He was neat and clean and austere and celibate and just ate vegetables. And the Lord chastised him big time, like I'm chastising these people. That's why love of God is here, or was there, because he got people through the obstacles. Otherwise, they'll come and try and take you away here and say, this is bullshit here. But they can't prove their point, but I can. I use the Devananda. See, I use conclusive truth in that pastime. I used Jarasandha. Look, he was the same way. Jarasandha was like a Vaidhi Bhakti, and he did like all the rules and regulations of Vishnu worship, you know, and he was never lied and everything, but he had the deal breaker. They always got the deal breaker, is being against ecstatic devotion and ecstatic devotees. The way into the kingdom is just becoming favorable to those devotees. Just go in the door. And Maya is always trying to keep you out in all these little tricky ways. See? And so when you learn the magician's tricks, that's how you're saved by it, because otherwise you're tricked. You're tricked into the illusion all the way to the point. You see, Putin, that's the Putana. The false representative of the ecstatic potency is Putana. She looks good, man. Very dressed nice. Narayan Raj dressed really good, man. Dressed nice. Lots of Radhe, 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 Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. The Radhakund Babajis also, Radhe, 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 Radhe. They're dressed really nice. But where is the dress of ecstatic devotion? That's the symptom of a real devotee. Where is this ecstatic devotion? Where is the love of God? See, we're preaching now on this level. It's okay when Prabhupada and Bhakti-san were preaching on the Vaidhi level. Okay, fine. But now we got to preach the essence of truth so that people can get in the door and stay in the door and not be bewildered by Maya. That's why I went through all this stuff. So to help people go in the door and stay in there and not be bewildered by the liars and cheaters and deceivers. The putanas, they act and they look, they dress up. Oh, of course I'm guru. Don't you see? Don't you see my degrees on the wall? Don't you see I play the piano nicely? Don't you see I'm so intellectual? You see everything but the real dress of ecstatic devotion. I mean, that's where we're going now. This is complete disclosure. This is the apocalypse. Complete disclosure of everything. It's time. I got the order already and the instruction and the confirmations. You develop faith in this word and this ecstatic worship here, you're in with God forever. You've broken the bonds of birth and death. No more births, no more deaths for you. Because if you believe in this word it busts all that ignorance. That's why Kamsa was worried now. See, Krishna was born in this guy and matured to the point it's the death of ignorance and the lies and deceptions and all that stuff of Maya. But if you don't have faith in it, then Maya still got you. Yeah, no blind belief here. You come here, I'll show you in the verses, man. That's why I have all the weapons, man. Arjuna had the arrows. I have the Bhagavatam verses. I have all these truths, the essence of truth. Look, what have I, in this class, you heard things that reveal what hasn't been revealed before, even to me. That's why I come here every day. I'm a good student. I like to learn.
I wish I could remember all you say, Guru Maharaj. It would be so great.
You do. At the proper time, it comes out, I noticed. Yeah, see, it's not like a material memory thing. It makes impression deep in the soul. Krishna knows all. He just comes out with it. I notice when you are Johan, you give classes, it just comes out.
I'm even not aware of that, but it's Krishna who is doing all that.
Yeah, he's yeah. See, don't kill this girl. She will be your daughter-in-law indeed. It is unworthy to kill a woman. My dear brother, by the influence of destiny, you have already killed many babies, each of them as bright and beautiful as fire. See, the influence of destiny. The people, they're following their course in the modes of nature. They can't do anything. There has to be a divine interruption. See? We're the divine interruption. When the spiritual potency is using some persons in this world, it interrupts the flow of Maya. Because Maya that's why you have to have saviors in the world. If they don't come, we don't change. We just flow in the modes, up to heaven, down, just by association. If you're lucky, you get a Brahman's association, and you go there and down. See, always down. Even when you become liberated, you come down out of that, unless you meet somebody who's realized the higher platform, the one that keeps you safe forever. That's Bhagavan. They call it Bhagavan realizing the personality of Godhead. Otherwise, by association, you could be tricked by Maya in different ways. You are also tricked even in the Brahman. Your knowledge is not full. It's not complete. You end up becoming offensive. You don't believe in the form of God. That's very offensive. I hope I'm not waking people up. Probably am. That's very offensive. Yeah, so you end up not. Lord Caitanya taught that actually. It's a deeper teaching. He taught that to his devotees. Or you can read the Chaitanya Bhagavat where he would chastise the Mayavadis. He said they're offensive to the form of God. They don't believe in it, and they teach there's no form of the Lord. Yeah, they teach there's no form of the Lord. And so the Lord, see, got angry. So the Lord that's his anger is a pastime. Okay? It's his nature. You can't get over the anger. See, that's why you see a lot of Mayavadis, they still have this anger there. It's against still the form of God. That's why it's not, yeah. So the Lord reciprocates. He was very angry. He uses that to pluck out the thorn. See, that's why ultimately you meet real devotees, and this is it, man. You only go deeper in this. You're free from all of this illusions in this world. We're so lucky, actually. I was telling this lady I met here, I went for a walk with her, and we talked about stuff, and I said, this is philosophy is really great because it can get you through everything. And she was listening. So, let's see what happens there. I keep meeting her. It's like amazing. Everywhere I walk, it was 4 or 5 times already. I walk down the street, bump into her. I walk this way, bump into her. I walk again, bump into her. What is, it's like after a while, it's like the Lord, wants some, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. My Lord, my brother, I am very poor, being bereft of my children, of all my children, but still I am your younger sister, and therefore it would be worthy of you to give me this last child as a gift. If you know the story, it's interesting because she said, I'm very poor, being bereft of my children, but the previous ones were all mundane. They actually had a curse on them because they were offensive to pure devotees. It's always like that. They got cursed to be born in the womb, but they were mundane. See, so the Lord got rid of them. So she wasn't really poor because of that. Actually, they're not real wealth. Mundane children are not real wealth to you. They're just not. This divine child is. This is your real wealth. See, so she had one of those. I think the first one was was the girl, was the Yoga Maya. Yeah. Which is, see, Yoga Maya is the form of, you could say, love also. Yoga Maya creates this illusion, Purnamasi in Vrindavan, okay? So Yoga Maya has this aspect, it's female. Okay? Female is love, devotion. See, so Mahamaya works on the opposite of Yoga Maya. Mahamaya, when you love the objects in this world that are mundane, you're bound to them and you lose your intelligence, actually. You lose your understanding. You start to become stupid or less intelligent because of that love. See? So Yoga Maya is the love of Krishna. Okay? That causes Krishna to be born in you. See, when that love awakens, simultaneously the knowledge of that transcendental baby begins to awaken in you, whether you're clear about it or not. Now you have eternity to get more and more clear about it. And in relationship with that divine baby who matures, Yeah. See, so you see the divine, so it's female, so this love is very important. See, love for the divine. See, if you listen to the word, you're listening to the conclusive understanding, which, see, if you're not interested, if you come here and say, go hard, see, okay, the baby's not going to wake, right? You don't have any love for this. You're contaminated still. But if you come here, simple like an Amy or a Fanny, they come with an open mind and see like this, and they hear this word, and the baby comes, this Krishna comes out. They realize, oh, it's about Krishna. See? It's that simple. So that's your preaching, when people start to see, when gurus start to see that the kind of advancement you make simply because love of God is awakened in you, they don't even care about it. They don't even see this as of any value. Can you imagine that? This is the most value. What we preach here is what Lord Caitanya approached, the importance of love for that God, to awaken it. Not this intellectual thing like that, Mahatma Das. Prabhupada said, that God loves us. God loves us. But they don't understand that, hey man, what about you loving God? You got to learn this from loving devotees, not just stay in your head. Well, Prabhupada said God loves us, but this Gaur Hari, I'm not attracted to his teaching there about loving God. Come on, man, let's go to the next stage. Let's go to the next step, right?
So it means their chanting didn't give them much. Those rules and regulations didn't give much fruits.
No. Yeah. Yeah, well, this is yeah. So if people will admit that, like, oh wow, it's about loving the Lord and having this love awakened, because then the awakening of the conclusive nature of God, the relishable nature of God awakens. That's why you can relish chanting the holy name. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Give us a word, Lalita. You speak a little bit.
Speaking about those gurus who tried to take you away, well, actually, there were more than one. There was Manorama, there was Gadadhara Pran, there was Arjai, who come with such sneaky stories, and they are all very kind and very sweet. And you ask yourself, actually, why the heck do you want to take me away there? Now, because I wasn't aware of that was the plan. But later you see, oh my God, what were you trying? What were you trying? While I was going live and glorifying and being enthusiastic and coming with different stories in a sneaky way, why are you so envious of Krishna?
That's the Putana
thing inside of people, man. Oh my God.
That's how you know this is so real and true. You get all the demon type, the demon energies test you. See, so that becomes a great teacher, because it becomes stronger and more clear from this. That's why I went through all of that stuff too, and the Lord showed me these tricky, lying, deceiving energies, protecting the real Vrindavan. See?
Yeah, and you associate with them because they are ecstatic. So you're a neophyte, you're a beginner, and they are ecstatic, and you think, yeah, that's the norm. Yeah, they are ecstatic devotees. So yeah, must be interesting. And Arjai, you praised him because he chanted 24 rounds and he was always saying conclusive things in class. So he was the little brother. That's how he announced himself. I'm the little brother. But oh my God, they are so, oh my God, you see later how demons work.
Yeah. You don't see it until it's hard to see. Like in Vrindavan, Putana was fooling these residents too, because she's very good at what she does, the deception, the lies. It was only really when I heard from Freddie, started to hear from Freddie and also Meena, was showing me things that he was saying, that he wouldn't just openly say, but behind the back. And I thought, oh, I see. Okay, all right, this was
But he said
inconclusive.
other things to me. He said other stories to me.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it's a good lesson, and you got through it. And that's why you're so, yeah, that's why you're so ecstatic. Yeah, that's when you pass these tests, then the Lord trusts you more, comes closer.
Well, I
Yeah,
understood at the end that he wanted my association because he didn't want to just on your, he didn't want to surrender towards you. And he thought, if I have Lalita, our association is so important, Lalita. He thought to suck from me, actually. That was
well,
his.
he can get energy from you too. He's getting energy from me, so he can get energy from you also. And it's a little easier for him because you're a disciple, not so savvy. So if he would have said to you, said to me many of the things that I saw him write down, about him being my guru in another life, I would have called him on it immediately. See? Or all these things about being married, all that. I was, what is going on? But see, he was smart, kind of a tricky intelligence. This is the snake. He was caught by the snake obstacle. See, not really wanting to surrender to the truth. That wasn't his. No, he wanted to be he wanted to be guru. See, he wanted to be the one in charge. There's a Ras in that. He wanted to be like God, and it's a Mayavadi thing. It's just his destiny was to do that and to be that. Like a Judas,
Yeah,
Judas.
absolutely. And the remarkable thing is that they end like a Judas.
Yeah, the end like it.
Going down like anything. They end like that. And I see it on the other one as well. He becomes poor. Nobody gives donations anymore. Starting to have problems with his health. And I saw that then already. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
going
yeah.
down.
That's yeah, yeah.
Trying
Because
to take
because he couldn't sustain it. See, you can't sustain it when the jig is up, then the energy is cut off. See, that's a usurping. The same thing happened with the gurus with Prabhupada. They were usurping energy from him, and then when he left, they started to dry up, and then just had to do a whole mundane trip on everything, make it religion, and speculate like religion. In religion, they use the words of the teachings of great people and they speculate on it to mold it into where they can become authorities. See? So that's how they trade. If you believe in those speculations, then you're under their whammy. See, I don't believe in those speculations. That's why I'm teaching. Don't believe in, even check what I say. Check that this is in the scriptures that you need an ecstatic devotee and all that stuff. you know. You know? And then when you see it, it becomes a no-brainer. You realize, oh, what am I doing all that stuff for?
And they took such a big risk cheating the Lord that much. How can you do that? You're cheating Krishna like anything, you're lying like anything. You must know that Krishna will take revenge. He will
No, they don't
humiliate.
know that. They don't know. They don't believe it. In other words, it's a kind of an atheism. They don't believe in this God. Yeah. Just like the demon. The demons will tell you, even now, that Klaus Schwab protege, Mohari or something, he's a Jewish guy. God, we're your gods, man. You don't bend the knee, we're getting rid of you. This is basically they're telling everybody these things. I put a joke thing up on this guy is telling jokes about with Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates and everything they're doing. Basically Bill Gates is like a murderer. He's murdering people and everybody accepts it. Not everybody, but a lot of people, they just say, yeah, that's when you do all that stuff and your intent is to do harm to people and people praise him. See, this is Kali Yuga. And so some people know that. And the way they do it is very similar when Jesus was around. The people who knew these things, they used to make plays and make jokes. Because if you tell people the truth who have believed the illusion, they freak out. They like, no, it can't be that. No, because the herd, see, the mainstream lie, it's all a lie, is too hard to accept because you're going against that energy, group think, big group think, See, so they do it in the form of jokes, like this guy, a comedian. And what he's saying is actually the things that are going on, that how they're depopulating and all this, and how you're praising fools and rascals and people that are not really for you. They're really, against you here in this world, which is actually good to know if you are a little detached, because if you totally get into that, then you're off on that thing. This is good to be aware, like don't have faith in the world right now. It's not don't have faith in the authorities in the world right now, because they have a plan to get rid of as many people as they can. So you don't want to just fall in their trap. And I'm just teaching you what Jesus taught. He says, be wise like serpents, but as harmless as doves. See, harmless means don't go out there and have to fight everything. You just wise, like you understand that there's a plan going on here, and you don't have to, fall into their plan. That's all. And then we're doing what we do. This is our work here. This is how we be part of the plan of God. We have to do our work too, but you got to know what's going on, got a little orientation, got to know like where the bombs are falling, because the body, we have a body, we're in this world, there are things going on now. Just a little orientation, but don't get caught up in it. Why? This is too good. My idea is just if we can just keep people's bodies around, for a while, that you don't go out and get all these boosters and all believing that all these guys, they're all just trying to get rid of you with all these things. If we just keep them around, just more Sadhu Sangha, see, more advancement spiritually for all of us, use the time. That's why I even told River, just try to go as much as you can, even though you're having troubles with the body and everything, just try to keep it going as much as you can. Ecstasy, This is a great opportunity, preaching you could do, she was doing great preaching and stuff. But anyway, the Lord knows when to, enough was probably enough with her suffering and all that, Yeah. So it's perfect. Everything's perfect. It looked like it was a kind of a painless death too. She was in a kind of a coma and all this, and so it wasn't like, and it happened pretty quick, not a big drawn out thing. And that's what who is it? Jagannath Mishra said that the devotees they have a happy death.
Mercy, yes.
Yeah, because they're devotees, Yeah. And there's really no death. The death is just the body just changing. That's it. Changing bodies. That's it. And we're already changing our body into a spiritual body. That's why it just gets better. More spirit in the body. More life. More real happiness. I mean, people need to see it, man, especially in the world. They're living on the modes, they're not really, the baby hasn't been born in them. So this is a great thing for people to see. This is a great role model to see us, going through this transformation, and anybody can come on board. I mean, if you just open to what this preaching is and this association, this is open for it's good for everybody. Maybe not everybody will take advantage of it, but hey, man, Krishna wants more friends. Isn't it nice when you get more nice devotees coming? More friends? It's because Krishna likes more friends. It's why, he comes to the world to make more friends. Take them away from Maya. Steal. It's like Maya steals devotees into the world. He steals them back.
I was
Steals
very
it.
moved yesterday with the talk with Mahamurti, because we were writing for a while during 5 years up and go, but now he called me, and it's already 5 years ago that he saw back, and he called all his kids. He said, "This is ecstasy. This is ecstasy." So he's really very intelligent.
Yeah.
But then the way how easily satisfied he is with every word that brings him closer to Krishna. That's so beautiful. That it really touched
Wow. It's been 5 years, huh? You've been coming around?
Yeah, well, he saw my chanting, and then he started talking to me, and then he saw only because he said, "Yeah, it was only tears." Then I said, "Oh yeah, it was only tears. Oh, that period. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah."
yeah. Yeah, when Krishna is born, there's a lot of crying at first.
Having 12 kids to go on Sankirtan with them. He has 12 kids, and he goes on Sankirtan with them.
You mean 12 children?
Children.
Personal children?
Yeah.
With a wife thing? 12?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like, that's more than Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He had 10 kids.
He had 13, Bhaktivinoda.
Maybe he did. I don't know. I thought it was 10, maybe.
Can be wrong. Yeah, so yeah, I said, wow. Yeah, and he goes on kirtans because nobody else
Wow.
wants to go. He takes his kids with him. Oh my God.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to see desire, really sincere desire, and there's that humbleness and that satisfaction. My, it really touched me so much.
Yeah. It's Krishna brings the jewels here. Yeah, they get it. So whoever Krishna wants to get it will come, and even the ones who don't quite get it, everybody benefits. Sometimes waking up is going against. Like yeah. Okay, why don't we take a little break here, a little bit here. Play the song.
Salut. Comment ça va? Très bien.
What's that?
Je t'en prie. Pouvez-vous m'aider? Merci.
Do you want to help me?
Excusez-moi.
She's speaking French to you.
Quelle heure est-il?
Who is?
Au revoir.
What time is it? Bye.
Oh, is that what it says? What time it is?
So yeah. How are you?
I was wondering what that was about. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, if you guys hear echo or something when I'm speaking, let me know so I turn the echo down. Otherwise, I don't know. So, because I don't like it full echo. It's only for singing echo. Okay.
Hello. How are you?
Oh.
Very well. You're welcome.
That's
Bluetooth connected.
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his praying. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.